The night was thick, cold wind swirling through the empty alley behind the high school. Wine shivered, hugging her books to her chest as she walked quickly, glancing over her shoulder. Where the hell is Jungkook? It was always like this, staying behind late for projects while everyone else had long gone. But JK usually walked her home, showing up without warning like some dark phantom. Wine. Well, guess it's just me today. If something happens to me, John, it's your fault. But as she turned the corner of the alley that led to the back gate, she stopped short, heart freezing. A group of guys lounged there, cigarettes glowing in the dark. The worst thing was, they noticed her. Hey there, cutie. One of them sneered, pushing off the wall and walked towards her. Out here all alone? Want some company? Another asked. Ryan, I'm fine, she said quickly, trying to move past them, but they spread out, blocking her way. Oh, don't be like that, one said, reaching out to grab her wrist. But like always, the phantom arrived. The voice? She knew that comforting voice. It's okay, touch her, and you'll lose her hand. Chills crawled up Ryan's spine at that. How long was he following her? There was no way he was suddenly going to let her go home alone. His voice clearly affected the guys too. Deep, dark, venomous. Something so dangerous it would make you want to hide. From the shadows, he stepped out. Jungkook. His black hoodie melted with the darkness. No wonder no one saw him. Sharp jawline, eyes glinting like knives in the moonlight. His hands were in his pockets, but even like that, he radiated raw, violent energy. The kind that made you think twice before breathing wrong. Who the hell are you? One of the guys barked, trying to protect his so called male ego. Jungkook took a slow step forward, and they all stepped back without realizing it. JK, trust me, you don't want to know that. Once you get a taste, there is no going back. The guy who tried to pull her puffed his chest. You think you're scary? In a flash, Jungkook was in front of that idiot with no survival skills, yanking him back by the collar. JK slammed him against the wall so hard the others flinched. JK, wanna test that theory? The guy's spirit crumbled, and he shook his head repeatedly. JK, good. Now disappear before I make you. The group scrambled away, muttering curses under their breath but too terrified to look back. As soon as they were gone, Vine let out a shaking breath. She turned to Jungkook, still pressed to the wall, trying to calm her heart. Vine, since when have you been following me? JK, I was here the whole time. He simply said, watching her closely, eyes flicking over her face as if to making sure she was okay. JK, that was quite bold of you to blame me if something goes wrong when I clearly warned you not to use this ally without me. Why? Then why didn't you come before? JK, I need to check your survival skills. They're below zero. Mine huffed, then smiled. Why? By the way, that's straight out of a Mafia book. JK, what? Mine. This. She raised her book and Jungkook recognized it immediately. The book she carries everywhere nowadays. Why? Like the dark mafia guy showing up out of nowhere, scaring the bad guys away, all touch her and die vibes. Take it. That's what you've been reading all this time with the straight face? She grins, still catching her breath, her excitement bubbling over. Why? You're like obsessed recently. You were literally perfect. The way you threatened them, the way you stepped out of the shadows. God, you don't even know how much I've been reading about this exact scene. Take it, you read some freaky stuff. He took her back from her, holding it for her as they walked side by side, and still gushed about her books. Wine, it's hot. Those mafia men, they're hot. Jungkook quietly listened, keeping herself from the rope while he was lost in her babbling. Wine. And the way you are, you could totally pull off a mafia boss. You have got the scary, silent, mysterious thing down to perfection. JK, you think that's a good thing? Wine. Yeah, for a book character, definitely. She said before she entered her home. Jungkook followed behind. She lived alone and so he came there always. But something was different. She babbled a lot and he didn't say a word. When he was there, when she turned to him, he looked different too. Quietly followed her. There was something about his air which scared everyone, but it never directed towards her. Wine, hey, you okay? Jungkook didn't speak at first, just stepped closer and Wine's back hit the wall. His arms caged her in, eyes locked on hers, dark and unreadable. It's okay. You like Mafia Men, huh? He murmured, sending chills down his spine. Wine, Dad, what are you? He leaned in, lips brushing her ear, taking her breath away. Take it. What if I told you I'm one? I'm the son of John, the one everyone's fear, the one who rules, and I've been protecting you this whole time. Wine's lips parted, but before she could speak, his hand tilted her chin up, forcing her to meet his gaze. Take it. You think I'm following you for fun? You've been mine, Wine, since day one. Her chest rose and fell repeatedly. She had no words to speak. Shocked eyes and pounding her beat the words. Seike, tell me to stop. I whispered, leaning in, lips grazing hers. If you want me to. She couldn't, and that's when his mouth crashed on hers, deep and claiming, hands turning into fists as he caught to claim the girl he has been with for the past 3 years. Got close enough for her to rely on him every time. When he finally pulled back, breathless, he whispered against her lips, "It's okay. You're mine now, baby. No one touches you ever. Mine new. This one's no longer a fantasy anymore."